Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predictions for the Brighton and Hove Albion and Manchester United game. So I'm going to go for a Manchester United win. And the score, I'm going to go with 3-1. The goal scorers for Manchester United, I'm going to go with Cristiano Ronaldo. I think he will get 2. And the other goal scorer for Manchester United, I'm going to go with Bruno Fernandes. Brighton's goal scorer, I'm going to go with Leonardo Trossard. So that is your predictions. Tomorrow I will be giving you my predicted 11 for this game. Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 3-0 win against Brentford at Old Trafford. It was the biggest win of the Ralph Rangnick era. The goals against Brentford came from Bruno Fernandes. Cristiano Ronaldo scored a penalty. Ronaldo did have a goal ruled out for offside. And the third goal came from Rafael Varane. That was his first goal for the club. It was a good performance against Brentford. Prior to the Brentford game, Man United were winless in the last 3 Premier League games. This game against Brighton is Manchester United's second to last game of the season. We do have, some players missing, but not many. We've obviously got Luke Shaw out for the season. Paul Pogba, he's still injured. He's out for the season. Aaron Wan-Bissaka has been injured recently, but he recently returned to training. Harry Maguire, he's also been injured, but he also returned to training ahead of this game against Brighton and Hove Albion. Jadon Sancho is also unavailable at the moment. Jadon Sancho has got tonsillitis. So there you go. Brighton, I think they've enjoyed a very good season to their standards. Brighton are like 9th in the Premier League at the moment. Brighton won their last game away at Wolves 3-0. Graham Potter is Brighton's manager. Graham Potter has been the Brighton manager for 3 years. He got appointed in as the Brighton manager back in May 2019. Graham Potter's got a contract with Brighton until 2025. Before Brighton, Graham Potter managed Swansea, and before then he managed Ostersunds. I do know a lot of the players that Brighton and Hove Albion have got, like I mentioned on the preview. They've got Yves Bissouma. He's a very good midfielder. Revert back towards the end of the January transfer window, Manchester United went in for Bissouma. Tariq Lamptey, He's a very good right back for Brighton. Revert back to January, Manchester United went in for him. Brighton did say that the value Tariq Lamptey at around £40 million. Leonardo Trossard, he's a very good attacking player. Neil Maupay, he's one of the best players that Brighton and Hove Albion have got. Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck is a former Manchester United player. If Danny Welbeck plays in this game on Saturday, he'll be reuniting with Man United. Jacob Moder, he's good. He's out with injury at the moment for Brighton. Jeremy Sarmiento, he's also injured at the moment. Evan Ferguson, Brighton have him. They have Moises Caicedo. Before Moises Caicedo went to Brighton, Manchester United tried to get him. Brighton have Adam Lallana, he's a midfielder. Adam Lallana is a former Liverpool and Southampton player. Pascal Gross, he's good. Stephen Alzate, Solly March, I rate Alexis McAllister. One of the centre-backs Brighton have got is Lewis Dunk. They've got Shane Duffy, Adam Webster, Joel Veltman. The goalkeepers Brighton and Hove Albion have got, they've got Jason Steele, Robert Sanchez and Thomas McGill. So they're a lot of the players that Brighton do have. Let me put into the equation that they've lost players as well. They lost Daniel Byrne back in January. Daniel Byrne went to Newcastle from Brighton. They lost Dale Stephens. Dale Stephens went to Burnley from Brighton. And they lost Ben White. Was it last year? Ben White went to Arsenal from Brighton, but Brighton did receive £50 million for him. And Glenn Murray also left Brighton. Manchester United won away at Brighton last season twice, because Man United beat them 3-2 in the Premier League, and we won 3-0 against Brighton in the EFL Cup. Manchester United beat Brighton at Old Trafford earlier on this season 2-0. Don't forget that game had to get rearranged because of COVID. Ralph Rangnick, he has 2 games remaining as Manchester United's interim manager. Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for around 4 months or so now. Revert back to the other week, it got officially announced that Ralph Rangnick got appointed as the new manager of Austria. Ralph Rangnick signed a 2-year contract. But Rangnick will still continue in a consultancy role at Manchester United until 2024. Rangnick has endured one transfer window as Man United's interim manager, and unfortunately he didn't get backed in this year's January transfer window. Before, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Revert back to earlier on this season, Rangnick made changes because he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. Manchester United's new permanent manager is Erik ten Hag. Revert back to a few weeks ago, it got officially announced that Man United appointed Erik ten Hag as their new manager. Erik ten Hag will obviously replace Ralf Rangnick. Erik ten Hag signed a 3-year contract with an option of a further year, and Man United agreed the compensation with Ajax for ten Hag. The compensation was below 2 million. Ten Hag is Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. There's a lot of players that Ten Hag wants to bring to Manchester United. You know, Ten Hag wants a striker. He's also looking to bring a centre defensive midfielder in. He also needs to bring a world-class centre-half in to go alongside Varane. On the other side of things, Ten Hag will get rid of a lot of players this summer, so reflecting on that, he will generate money. It's already been revealed that Ten Hag is going to get a transfer budget of between 100 and 150 million this summer. It's going to be good for Ten Hag to come and experience the Premier League. He's not yet managed in the Premier League. Hopefully at Man United in the Premier League he can replicate what he's done at Ajax, because you've got to admire the work he's done at Ajax. He's won Eredivisie titles, he's won around 3 of them now, hasn't he? He's won some Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and he's developed the young players well. Ten Hag has been in charge of Ajax for over 4 years. He got appointed in as the Ajax manager back in December 2017. Ten Hag is the former Utrecht, Bayern Munich reserves and Go Ahead Eagles manager. You know, Man United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. The managers we sacked was David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So there you go. I'm hoping we can win trophies under Ten Hag. Man United have not won a trophy for around 5 years or so now. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Man United have only won 4 trophies in the last 10 years. The last time Man United won the Premier League was back in 2013. Like I've said time and time again before, I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. We've got to get the Glazers out of Manchester United because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. United fans have been protesting against the Glazers a lot recently. Towards the end of last season, United fans protested against the Glazers because at that point the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. You know, do you think the Glazers will sell Manchester United? Earlier on this season, it said the Glazers were planning to demolish Old Trafford as Man United looked to upgrade the stadium. Old Trafford is an old stadium, but despite that, it's in a static stadium. Old Trafford holds around 76,000 fans. It's the second biggest stadium in England. Man United have played in the same stadium for 112 years. But yeah, the Glazers revert back to them. They've owned the club now for around 17 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. As you all know, not so long ago, Matt Judge resigned and will not play a role in the summer transfer window. Matt Judge was at Manchester United for around 8 years. Obviously, we've still got John Murtough at the club. He's our director of football. We needed a director of football, like I said a while ago, because I said it was one of the structural changes that we needed. Anyway, this summer, the players who I think will leave Manchester United, I think Henderson will be leaving. Henderson is our second choice keeper, doesn't really get in goal. Henderson's only made 3 appearances this season. I reckon Lee Grant will be leaving. Lee Grant is like our 4th choice keeper. We brought him in under the Jose Mourinho era. Tom Eaton, I reckon he'll leave this summer. Tom Eaton's our 3rd choice goalkeeper. He's a backup. I haven't had a great deal of a perception on him. He played in the pre-season games before the start of this season. To his credit, he did well. Man United got Tom Eaton on a free transfer from Villa. Jones and Bayer leaving this summer. They've told teammates that they're intending on leaving the club. You know, Jones and Bayer are squad players because they don't really get in the team. Man United will get rid of Harry Maguire this summer. Harry Maguire is not good enough to represent the club. As you all know, Maguire's injured at the moment, but he recently returned to training. He's had quite a few injuries since he came to the club, Maguire. Not so long ago, Maguire received a bomb threat at his home, and reflecting on that, Maguire did call the police. I can't understand how he's still United captain. A lot of United fans have been demanding for the captaincy to be taken off him, especially throughout the course of this season. Man United overpaid for Maguire, got him for 80 million. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club. And Maguire's been at the club for around 3 years. And Wan-Bissaka, he'll be leaving Man United this summer. He's not good enough, is he? He's done well in a lot of the games for Man United defensively, but the attacking side of his game has not been good. I'm hearing that Crystal Palace want Bissaka back. Bissaka's not our first choice right back under Rangnick anyway, you know, Diego Dalot is. Bissaka, you know, he's recently been injured, but like I said earlier on in the video, he recently returned to training. Alex Telles, I reckon this is his last season at Man United. I do believe Telles will be leaving this summer. Telles has endured a few difficult months, hasn't he? He's not been that good. But Telles has appeared to be our first choice left back under Rangnick. Paul Pogba, he'll be leaving this summer. He's out of contract this summer. He said not so long ago that Paul Pogba is increasingly likely to leave Man United this summer, and Rangnick confirmed a few weeks ago that Pogba is unlikely to play for Man United again. Pogba came off injured in the 4-0 defeat to Liverpool at Anfield. Matic, we know that he's leaving the club. Revert back to a few weeks ago, Matic announced he will be leaving Man United this summer despite having 12 months on his contract. Jesse Lingard, he's resigned to leaving Old Trafford. Don't know where he's going to go. There's quite a few clubs in for him. Lingard should have left in January this year, but Man United blocked his exit. Anthony Martial, I reckon he'll leave permanently this summer. Martial's out on loan with Sevilla at the moment. Juan Mata, he'll leave Man United this summer as well. Cavani will leave. Rashford could leave. And Cristiano Ronaldo could leave. There's been rumours saying that Cristiano Ronaldo could make a return to Real Madrid. He's already enjoyed one spell with Real Madrid. He was with them around 10 years, so he was a long-serving player. Real Madrid did pay 80 million for Ronaldo back in 2009. Man United have set a price tag of around 10 million for Ronaldo. As you all know, since Ronaldo re-signed for the club, he scored 18 goals in the Premier League and 24 goals in all competitions. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop me comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.